Hello and welcome to Of the People. I am Robert Chernin with my lovely co-host,
Ericka Redic.
We have just finished 2 days at the First in the Nation Summit in New Hampshire. All the presidential candidates, or most all of them, were here. It was a phenomenal event. I just sat down with Chairman Chris Ager from the New Hampshire GOP, just to talk about the event a little bit. I want to play that for everyone first, just to give you a sense of how great this event really was.
Yeah.
And then we're going to come back and go over and talk about everyone we sat with, everyone we talked to, and what the real takeaways were from just a fabulous First in the Nation New Hampshire event. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Here's the interview with Chairman Ager. We have with us the chairman of the New Hampshire Republican Party, who just pulled off and organized a great First in the Nation event. We're at the end of the event. I'm surprised he's still standing, but the event was awesome. Mr. Chairman, Chris, welcome to Of the People, and congratulations on really putting together a first-rate political event for all the candidates that went off like clockwork.
No, well, thank you, Bob. And look, thank you for coming here to help cover it, because having media and radio coverage, podcasts, adds to the event. It adds to the excitement. It makes people know that this is important, and it allows people to get their voice out. So thank you for coming, and having Ericka here, even better.
It's always better having Ericka here.
Course.
That's for sure. Ericka makes everything better. That's for sure. Highlights of the event to you, and again, there were so many personalities. I'm not asking highlights about this person or that person, because we're taking no endorsements, but highlights of the event to you, because it really was just a smashing event.
Yeah. So we had over 30 speakers, not only presidential candidates but thought leaders, and it wasn't just one piece of the party, it was the entire spectrum. So the First Nation Leadership Summit, the leadership part is not a small sliver of the party, it's the entire party. We have a big tent. We had everything from what you might want to call, MAGA to, establishment to walkaway folks. We had sponsors from businesses, log cabin Republicans, religious affiliated groups, the entire big tent of the Republican Party. We had union representatives here that have unions that have 40% of their membership are Republicans or vote Republican. We do not want to push anyone away. If you believe, like we do, in smaller government, personal freedom and responsibility, low taxes, local control, you're welcome in our party.
Appreciate that. And you made that eminently clear in your opening speech, that we are a Big Tent party, and that if you go, especially in New Hampshire for the voters, I think it's roughly a 30% Republican registration, maybe about a 30%, maybe a little more Democrat. So it's all about the independents and being, let's find what we have in common, not what separates us.
Right, no, exactly. Republicans and Democrats are almost identical at 30%. And so that means you have 40% who are undeclared. A lot of them traditionally vote one way or the other, but a lot of them swing back and forth. We also have this phenomenon of split ticket voting. People will vote Republican at one level, Democrat at a different level. So you have to fight for every vote. It's not just get out the vote, it's persuading people you have a better approach. And it's not just, the talking points, it's how can you improve people's lives by the policies you put forward. And that's what the Republican Party is all about. Talking points are easy. I mean, anybody can give a speech. But if you look at what's happened in New Hampshire, we've delivered. We've got an amazing economy. People are working. People are happy. Crime rate low, except for the Democratic-run cities. The rest of the state.
Well, there's a surprise.
Yeah, shocking.
Shocking, exactly.
I mean, they don't call it Manskanistan for nothing. And now the woman who was mayor of Manchester, still is, wants to run for governor after she's almost destroyed the city.
Yeah, look at what I did to Manchester. I'll do this to New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Hardly a selling point.
No, terrible. So, but the summit, I think, was very uplifting for people because they could see the breadth of the party. We had speakers from across the spectrum pitching the same thing, that Republicans can help improve people's lives, policies that are going to help people. And, we had amazing people on the stage, some of whom may not like each other, or they may clash on policy or personality, but they all agreed to come, they all agreed to speak, and the messages were very consistent. For the good of the country, the good of the state, let's get Republicans, better policies, better for the American people and the Granite Staters.
I got it. And I'll tell you the other thing that I took away from all of this is the get involved, right? Speeches are great. I thought all the speeches were great, but for everyone here, there was an energy that I won't say I was surprised that it was here, but I was glad that it was here because it's always about action, right? It's always about results. It's always about getting engaged, and I think you very much pulled that off. So kudos and congratulations.
No, well, thanks. I'd give you a business card, but as you're saying, a lot of people are saying, Chris, I want to help. I just had a woman on the way here, literally on the way walking to this interview, said, Chris, I'm a lawyer. I want to help with election integrity. Here's my card. Please let me know how I can help. And I'm like, great. We have an election integrity committee. We'll get you on it. I mean, to get a lawyer to volunteer to do that on the spot just because she saw this seminar, that's fantastic. I could replicate stories like that up and down. People from out of state, some came here.
A lot came here from out of state.
Yeah, they're saying, how can we help you in New Hampshire? Because we're the only state with a Republican state house from Maryland to Maine.
Right.
And so other people saying, hey, if I can't help in my state, how can I at least keep some sanity in the Northeast? And so we're very happy for that help. And we need it because Democrats outraise us 5-1 in out-of-state money. So if somebody says, Chris, how can you take out-of-state help? I'm like, guys, the other side's got us beat 5-1. At least if we have parity, we have a more fair fight. Even with that, we still have the state house. So it means our policies are working. We just need to keep working at it. There's no rest for the weary. We got to kick this in gear and keep it in gear through November 24.
And with you at the helm, I'm more confident now than I've ever been, and I mean that sincerely. That's not patronizing. You have done an excellent job. Thank you so much for coming. And I know you're crazy busy. We're cleaning up around here, so I'm sure you want to get some rest because you probably haven't slept in days. Folks, we're talking with Chris Ager, the chairman of the New Hampshire GOP, who just pulled off an incredible First in the Nation Summit 2-day event here. And if you weren't here, you should have been. Great time.
All right. Thank you, Rob.
Thanks, Chris.
All right.
Hello and welcome back to Of the People. I am Robert Chernin with
Ericka Redic.
my co-host, my partner in crime. That was Chairman Chris Ager, New Hampshire GOP. Really just a terrific event. But Ericka, there were so many people that we got to talk to, and there was really just such passion, such energy for the Republican or conservative causes. You spoke with Brandon Straka, walkaway moment.
Yeah.
Just a powerful interview. I caught part of it, obviously.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? What's your takeaway? I mean, he's been targeted.
Yes.
Because he's so effective. Right?
Yes, exactly. And that's why I repped my #walkaway t-shirt today, knowing that we were going to get to talk to him. I was fangirling a little bit on the inside because he was part of my #walkaway story. So for folks who have been listening to me, I used to be liberal, not anymore, but he got very successful at being a voice for the disaffected. And so they really have targeted him. They took down his website, his social media, and just seeing the way that the machine has gone after him and hearing it. You guys, go check his stuff out, go buy some merch, support the #walkaway movement. He was probably my favorite interview because, I love the cultural stuff. And he had some suggestions for what I should do with my hair next. So
I don't have that problem with hair, you know that. but it does remind me of an old saying, not the hair part, by the way, which is Winston Churchill once famously said that if you are not a liberal in your youth, you have no heart.
Yeah.
And if you're not a conservative as you get older, you have no brains.
No brain.
So
if I only had a brain.
Great. You're saying this is the Scarecrow?
Yes.
Wizard of Oz?
Yes.
Okay, so I got that. I got that cultural reference. She makes fun of me all the time because I don't get cultural references. There's only, 20 years, 30 years between us? I mean, what's the age difference?
A
couple generations.
I thought you were only in your 40s. I thought you were the same age as me, Robert.
Right.
Aren't we?
Don't think so.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of cultural connections, you got to speak with former Governor Chris Christie, another Jersey boy. What did you think about that interview?
Okay, in all fairness, it was a Jersey thing.
Yeah.
If you're not from Jersey, you won't get it.
You
but
don't get it.
But I will
It's
tell.
very-
But I will tell you that was one of my, if not my favorite interview. He is so candid. He is so unvarnished. He was powerful in his conversations. He was clear on the moral, unequivocal support of Israel. There is no moral equivalency. He was very strong in that. And the truth is, he did govern in a blue state. He did win election twice, and his interview, he was just candid, and it was a Jersey thing.
Yeah.
So it was. I was very appreciative of him taking the time. The governor, I've known the governor 30 years,
Yeah.
right, from way back in the day of Jersey. So it was really nice for him to take the time to sit down and talk to him. I really enjoyed that interview
Yeah.
with him, and hopefully we'll have him back on the show for a full show.
Yeah. And you also got to talk to Governor Asa Hutchinson.
I did. So
you had Governor's Row.
I think there were, actually, and Governor Burgum, actually. So there was three governors. So let's talk about Governor Hutchinson. So Governor Hutchinson, again, these are all such accomplished men or women in their lives. And, being a governor, you're running a state. So you're a president, but you're president of a state, right?
Yeah.
He was 3 times elected to Congress. He ran the DEA, right, Drug Enforcement.
Wow.
So we talked with him a little bit about the fentanyl crisis and really what's going on with that. He obviously was elected twice as governor. Last time, as I recall, was a landslide. So again, he's got name ID issues. He made the first debate stage. He didn't make the second one, but he was here. He was mixing with the people.
That's right.
He took everybody's questions. He took the time. And again, if you've never been to one of these events, right? I mean, the bigger events, when you go to like a convention or you go to a debate, they don't have time for this. But this was down home New Hampshire,
Yeah.
and folks, New Hampshire. Like, I grew up in New Jersey. I'm the land of Tammany Hall Redux, which is the political machine. Governor Hutchinson took the time. They all did, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right. And then we were fortunate enough to speak with Governor Burgum as well.
Yep.
There is such a Midwestern sensibility about him,
Yes.
and that he's accomplished so much. And there was something that, and look, let's be honest. Obviously, he's on the first tier.
Yeah.
But he's not. He doesn't have the name ID as well.
Yep.
He's really struggling for recognition. But his message is sound.
Yep.
He was very strong on energy, obviously in North Dakota, that's a big deal up there.
Yeah.
But he also understood, he also had a grasp of the global, certainly the global war on terror, the culture war abroad. So speaking with him, also great. But
Yeah.
I want to segue, we're going to go back to you because...
Well, and hold on.
Wait,
I want to
okay.
make sure we remind our viewers. So we got to talk to all these folks. You're going to be able to see these interviews
Right.
online, on social media. We're going to be bringing some of these folks back on for a full episode of the
correct.
people. So we're really excited. These are little snippets you're going to be able to enjoy to get to know these candidates better. Make sure you come watch, check out the social media, and be on the lookout for our future episodes.
Well said, thank you.
Yeah.
She always keeps me in line.
I got to do the call outs.
You do, well, and we can tell them where to find all this stuff, but we'll do that next time.
Yeah.
Because I was really excited for you.
Yeah.
I know the fangirl thing with walk away was one thing, but you got to talk to Hercules.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Does
Yeah,
it
I
get
did.
any better than that?
It doesn't.
I mean,
it doesn't. This
Kevin
is.
Sorbo, folks,
Yeah.
actually was here at the show. He was signing autographs. He was giving away, he was
Yep.
selling his books. He is such a force in Hollywood. He probably stands alone as one of the true conservative forces in Hollywood that speaks up. Been canceled for it.
Yep.
Right. His wife as well, who was here.
Yep.
Talk to me about it, because I was watching. You had a smile on your face.
Yeah.
From ear to ear, because to our producer Ben, I know you have nothing to worry about, but she was starstruck talking to Hercules. I just want you to know, as her husband. So I was always taught never trade down, but I don't know Hercules. So
No. He and Sam Sorbo were his wife, Sam Sorbo, Kevin Sorbo, just really nice, authentic people. Especially when you're talking about Hollywood folks, they're often very fake, and you can tell they're inauthentic, and they're saying whatever they need to say to get the job, to get the gig, to get through whatever, and it just was nice to talk to people in film who are just real.
He was like a fire hose, though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was. I mean,
I just
you
said
want to listen
one
to this
thing.
interview? He was, first of all, so clear on the, let's call it moral rot in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, and he said, I heard him say to you that it was even in the 60s, right? It started to change in the 60s, and he used, I think, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance
Yes.
Kid as an example, where we started to make heroes out of villains
Yeah.
in Hollywood, and it changes the moral culture in Hollywood. I mean, I think it was a powerful point.
Yeah.
But it was, well, I'm telling you, it was an unvarnished interview with Hercules.
Oh, absolutely. And you guys, he has a custom vest with his tweets printed on it.
Is that what that was?
It was. I don't know how to get that one for myself, but I feel like I'm going to need
You
that
would
at
need
some
a
point
dress.
in the
You have so
future.
many tweets, you would need a dress and not a vest. So,
It was good, though. It was good. Because, independent film is so important to Benjamin and I, and especially creating good quality, family-friendly movies is a big passion and a big goal of ours. So if you got money, if you're an investor and you want to make some good movies, holler at your girl, okay? Holler at me.
terrific. And you also interviewed Ryan Binkley,
Yeah.
Texas candidate for president, pastor, right? Is
Yeah.
he a pastor?
Yes.
As a pastor. And, I had the chance, actually, ran into him in the elevator, was chatting with him after
Yeah.
your interview on the way up. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Down to earth, nice guy. But, I mean, you spent a fair bit of time with him.
I did.
Again, name ID, not there. He's clearly, folks, not going to be president, okay? But
But worth going to check him out,
but
you
worth
guys.
going to see what his message is.
Binkley.com, BrianBinkley.com, like basic website. First of all, wait, can somebody grab his hats? Can somebody grab his hats for me?
Oh,
Really?
Put on hats. My head's not cold.
No, we got to show his hats because they're ridiculous. This is one of his hats, you guys. It says "Way to Freedom." I was like, this is
Believe.
good. This is some good marketing. I'm feeling that.
Right.
So he's clearly got a good marketing
Binkley
team.
2024.
But I like the fact that he was an investment banker.
Smart guy.
So he's no dummy.
Didn't I just say that when I said smart guy?
Yeah.
You were talking in the negative. He's no dummy. I just said he's a smart guy.
Same difference.
Okay.
6 and 1, half a dozen of the
You
other.
say potato, I say potato.
I say
Let's
potato,
call the whole thing off, right?
Potato. Potato.
Yeah, not so well though.
That was not good.
We're gonna cut that section.
No, but it was, I just love the idea that we have somebody who is an open Christian, unabashedly faith-based candidate. So that was one of my favorite parts. Also, smart guy, great ideas. Check him out.
Got it. Ericka, just so many good people we sat with, so much information to really process.
Yeah.
It really, I know that most people are so busy with their lives that they don't have time to do these kinds of things. But if you get the chance to hear a candidate, if you get a chance to meet them in person, you really should go.
You gotta come.
There's some more people we want to talk about, but we do have to go to station break. Folks, I'm Robert Chernin of The People with
Ericka Redic.
my lovely co-host. We will be right back from break. Stay tuned.